Hi guys, I'm back out on the towpath today. I'm going to be walking another section of the Grand Union Canal, starting at the Navigation Inn in Lapworth, which is where I finished off 2 or 3 years ago with Martin and the lads. It was our first proper canal walk, and it was quite a good experience. But unfortunately after that section I started to get unwell with my ulcerative colitis. And I was unable to go on any of the walks for the following year or so. The lads continued and completed the Grand Union Canal, walking all the way down to London. And I think it's about time I followed in their footsteps and completed the Grand Union Canal. On the last stretch we ended with a pint in the Navigation, but it looks like in the last couple of years it's closed down, it's all shut up, unfortunately. So there's no chance of me starting there with a breakfast or anything today. But let's hit the towpath. It's been raining this morning quite heavily, and yesterday, so I'll be interested to see what the quality of the towpaths are like, whether they're quite muddy or not. So I'm walking towards Kingswood Junction now, where the Grand Union Canal meets the Stratford-upon-Avon Canal. You might remember when I walked the Stratford Canal, me sitting at that point, you know, looking out over the marina, enjoying a drink, I think. We're going to be back there, but we're going to be going off along another towpath. It's about 1 kilometre ahead. It should be good. There's a couple of pubs to stop at, hopefully, on the route, and I'm going to continue along to Leamington Spa or Warwick, I'm not sure yet, to give you a bit of a progress update. I've so far walked 144 miles. I think today, if I do the full 11 miles today, it's 155 miles, which is a good start. My target for this year is to take it up to 250 to 300 mile total mileage, and we're well on track for that. I've walked the Stratford-upon-Avon Canal towpath. I've walked the Birmingham Main Line, old and new sections. I've walked the Worcester and Birmingham Canal and the Coventry Canal. And I'm now doing stages of the Grand Union Canal towpath. And I'm planning throughout June to walk the navigable section of the River Avon. There's Shakespeare's Avon Way footpath, which follows the rough course of the river. There's certain places you can't go, so this footpath will deviate slightly from the course of the river, but it sticks quite closely to it, and I think that'll be good. The River Avon, or that navigable section of it, is included in the 2,000 mile canal and river network, so it will count towards the mileage, and it's a bit different from the canals, so I'm looking forward to doing that one. Kingswood Junction is down there, but we're going down there. So as well as walking sections of the Grand Union Canal towpath by myself, I'll also be walking the Shakespeare's Avon Way along the course of the River Avon in June. In a couple of weeks' time, Martin, myself and the other guys who did that first stage of the Worcester and Birmingham Canal when we got filmed by Narrow Escapes, we're all going to London, and we're going to be walking sections of the Grand Union Canal that are sort of London based. We're going to be doing that all together over 2 days, so that could be quite messy, but it'll be fun. I'll get some shots of that, pictures as well, and I'll bring you in on that one. That'll be another 20 odd miles. Martin and I are also thinking about doing a multi-day bike ride along one of the canal towpaths where we camp up overnight and carry on the next morning to cover a bit more mileage, which will be good. And I've got some other plans which I'll keep close to my chest for now, but yeah, there's going to be plenty of activity. It's been a bit quiet in the first part of the year, but weather's good now, and I'm feeling good. My health's all right, so I'm going to get out there and hit the towpath as much as possible, start knocking up those miles. It isn't a race. I've always said it's not a race. I want to enjoy the process of it. Enjoy the canals, enjoy being outside. It's not some sort of speed challenge, but I do want to make progress. So yeah, I'm going to be putting in some extra work. Just arriving at the place where the first pub is supposed to be, somewhere around here. So I'm going to see if it's open, maybe have a quick drink. Tom of the Wood, great place to grab that first pint. That was quite a nice pub, a pint of Guinness. Sat there for 10-15 minutes, had a break. Not that I really need a break at this point, but never say no to a pint of Guinness, eh? Just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to everybody who's donated money to Crohn's and Colitis UK on my GoFundMe page. I wasn't expecting so much so quick, so really appreciate it. Just want to say thanks to Roller, my old friend Roller. Haven't seen for a while, unfortunately. But thank you, Roller, for your donation. I really appreciate it. I hope you're doing okay. I know you're going through some tough times. So, you're in my thoughts and prayers. Thanks to Adrian and Marlies, my old friends from the Isle of Sheppey, for your donation. Really appreciated it, especially as I haven't seen you for many years, really. I really appreciated the gesture, and it's really great knowing that money is going towards helping people in my position. I really appreciate it. And Cherie as well, thank you for your donation, Cherie. Hope all is well with you. And my friend Adam, thanks Adam for your donation, really appreciated that. And for my employer, Bailey Garner, for your generous donation to my walk on my GoFundMe page. It's really appreciated. And all that money, £120 so far, is going to Crohn's and Colitis UK, aiding research and helping fund the support they offer people with Crohn's and Colitis. And for anyone else who likes what I'm doing, walking all 2,000 miles of Britain's canals and river network, I'm raising a bit of money. I'm not going to keep banging on about it, but I'm raising a bit of money for Crohn's and Colitis UK. The reason I'm doing this walk in the first place is to raise awareness for Crohn's and Colitis, but also raise a bit of money, if possible, to help support them. It's a great charity. Really had a big impact on me when I was ill a couple of years back. And they do really great work. There's a lot of people out there suffering with Crohn's, colitis, other forms of inflammatory bowel disease, and it really impacts every aspect of your life. You can't leave the house when you're having a bad flare-up. The sort of job you do, if you can't work from home, you're kind of screwed, really. And there's that whole thing around, invisible disabilities. Some of the symptoms of Crohn's and colitis are not all that visible. The fatigue, like immense fatigue, really bad. The pain, So I have ulcerative colitis, as you know, and my own body's attacking my intestines, my bowel, and it causes bleeding sores and ulcers all the way along along the colon in my case, and that hurts. you know when you have to eat, don't you? All that passes through, scraping those sores and the ulcers, and it friggin' hurts. There's the pain, the fatigue, just the ability to not be more than 10 metres from a toilet is, it changes your life. A lot of people are struggling. And then when you do get better, being able to step outside the house, you get into a certain mindset when you're having a flare up that you need to be constantly thinking about toilets. Where are the toilets? And it creates this anxiety, really bad anxiety about leaving the house. And that's the whole reason for me doing this walk. Originally, it's about me forcing myself to get over that anxiety. I wanted to get out the front door. I started posting about it on here because it makes me accountable. People are expecting me to do some miles. If I didn't put it on here, I think I might have given up by now, because it's easier, isn't it? It's easier to stay at home. But I forced myself into a position where, I had to deal with it, had to get over the fear of it. And here I am, and that's why I'm posting. It's not to get followers and all that stuff. It's about accountability to you guys, saying, I want to get out, I want to walk 2,000 miles for Crohn's and colitis. I had massive anxiety about getting out the house, and I'm committing to building mental resilience and getting out there. I'm doing that publicly to force me to do it. But also, I'm kind of hoping that it inspires people who are struggling with the same anxieties. Yes, it's hard to get out the front door. Trust me, I know. But it can be done. All it takes is that little bit of courage, a bit of planning, obviously, if you've got IBD. But it can be done. Think, what's the worst that can happen? And it's probably already happened to you if you've got IBD. You know what I'm talking about. But I feel like I'm waffling on here. But if you feel like you want to support the work of Crohn's and Colitis UK, I would be so grateful. I've got a GoFundMe page linked on the profile somewhere. Even like £2 or £3, everything helps. It all builds up. My long-term goal for funds is £2,000, £1 for each mile that I'm planning on walking. We've done £120 so far, and I've walked, after today at least, I would have walked 155 miles. So I've got a long way to go. But any support would be much appreciated. Thanks, guys. This stretch of the Grand Union Canal is so peaceful and quiet, right in the middle of the countryside. Very quiet. The first section of the Grand Union Canal, out of Birmingham to Lapworth, was mixed, going through city centre and suburban areas. Still good, but very different in character. That's one of the things I've really appreciated about the network so far. Each canal has had its own individual, unique character. And I'm so excited to see what the rest of the network has to offer. especially the River Avon. You know, there's rivers. So far I've walked the 4 canals. I'm on the 5th here. And I've not really thought about rivers, but they're part of the network too. So I'm very excited about Shakespeare's Avon Way. I've ordered some hiking trail guidebooks. I'm going to squeeze the most value out of that walk, stopping at places on the way. I'm going to be filming the whole of that 40 odd mile stretch. The whole of that walk is 88 miles, but I'm only really interested in that navigable section that's counted in those 2,000 miles. So I'm going to stick to the 44 mile stretch. And yeah, I think it'll be very good. Lots of pubs on the route. There's historical sites and things to stop at. Yeah, it'll add a bit of flavour to the channel, something a bit different. And of course, we've got the bike ride with Martin. We've got the city centre, you know, London city centre, canal stretches, different flavour. This weekend, actually, tomorrow or Sunday, I'm going to have a go at fishing with my son Joshua somewhere on the Stratford-upon-Avon Canal, just sorting out the licences. A bit of a disclaimer, we're both new to fishing, so probably make a right hash of it, but it'll be experiencing a different side of the canals, so it'll be quite interesting. Also been talking to Martin about the possibility of hiring a narrowboat, going on a bit of a jaunt, seeing what that's like. And Martin is a scout leader. He's got access to kayaks, so looking to experience the canal from all kinds of different angles this year. Really excited about it. This spot here is absolutely beautiful. Look at that, all round. What a lovely place to moor up. I've seen a number of boats moored up along here. I'd definitely love to spend a couple of weeks chilling out around here. Fantastic, really needed to get the headspace this week. I started a new job in December, so 5 months, and I love it. It's a fantastic job, but it's full on. So I thought I would just take a day off, hit the towpath and get some headspace. And fuck, I needed it. Do you know what? One of the things I'd really like to do is to come out and meet people who maybe run a business from the narrowboat, or they're living on the narrowboat and they've had an interesting time of it. It would be really great to get a message from you guys. I'll come out, spend a bit of time with you, have a coffee or a beer or whatever. Stick the camera on, find out a bit about you, share it out on my channel. I'm really keen to kind of connect with you. Me and Martin have been sort of walking quite a bit of the canal network, and we've been speaking to people on the way, and just people are so great. The narrowboat community seem to be fantastic. I'm really keen to kind of learn a bit more about the lifestyle and the people on the canal. It fascinates me. It's kind of I can see the attraction to it. So if that's you, ping me a message. I'll come out and meet you somewhere, wherever you are, and we'll have a chat, and I'll buy you a drink. Looks like we're approaching a nice dark tunnel coming up, but I happen to know that the towpath doesn't go through this tunnel, it goes over. Don't know if you've watched the video of me going through one of the tunnels on the Birmingham main line. I can't remember what the tunnel was called, but it was, yeah, not a nice experience on foot, I've got to say. Spooky, especially when a woman drowned her own kids in there, murdered them. Didn't find that out. On the map it said the towpath goes over, which is fantastic, but it goes through its own tunnel. Can you see it up there? Fucking hell. This is the first time I've come across one of these. Shrewy tunnel. Interesting. It's 396 metres long. Average time to travel is 8 minutes. At 2 miles an hour, hopefully I'll be walking a bit faster than that. A slice of time. Really like these Canal and River Trust information boards. They've spent a lot of money putting these in place, and I really enjoy reading them. Unfortunately, some people like to damage them, which is a shame. People are twats. But anyway, let's have a look at this one. Right, just heading up to the tunnel. Got my torch. Mum got this one for me for a Christmas or birthday present a few years ago, and it's had quite a lot of use out on these hikes. Glad I've got it with me today. I had a feeling I would need it. So that's the Boy Scout in me, always be prepared. Got the tunnel down there, and we've got a foot tunnel up here. Just noticed a narrow boat coming up the cut. Well, in a couple of minutes we'll pass through this tunnel. I think I'll wait for it. This is quite an interesting spot actually. I'm just waiting for that narrow boat to approach. The amount of water that's pouring out from the rock here, you can hear it pouring all the way along in there as well. Hi guys. Ooh, interesting. So it's only short. It's only short. Yeah. It's not a very long tunnel at all, so I'm happy with that. It's hard work though, it's uphill in there. Here we are, made it. Whew. Good news is there's another pub around here somewhere, possibly there, so I'm going to go and find it. Right, I'm in Shrewy, just walking through the village. Pub's just over here. Pub number 2, the Durham Ox. Well, that was pretty good. I had a pint of neck oil, pack of dry roasted peanuts, the Durham Ox, decent boozer. £9 for a pint of beer and a bag of dry roasted peanuts is quite expensive though. So I hope you've got deep pockets if you go in there. But it was a decent pub, really nice. Time to hit the towpath again and head into Hatton for the next stop. Heading back down to the towpath. Bit grey now. Luckily I brought my waterproofs, hopefully the rain holds off. Just reached the other side of the tunnel, which is there. That boat must have come out of there long ago. Been sat in the pub for a good 20 minutes or so. Maybe we'll catch it up further down. We'll see. It's definitely a lot cooler than it was. Picked up a little mate. Seems to be tagging along for the ride. Have to flick him off though, unfortunately. Launched. Keep seeing lots of signs down here about Shrewley Towpath volunteers. And got to say thank you guys for maintaining this towpath. It's really tidy, really neat. Pleasure to walk. I really appreciate your efforts. This seems to be a popular place to moor up. I've got to be honest, I can totally understand why. What a lovely spot. Just coming up for Hatton Top Lock. Hatton Top Lock. We've made it to the lock flight. Probably about halfway on the walk. About 5 miles in, I should imagine, from Kingswood. Well, this is Hatton Top Lock, the little cafe there. I'm going to go and have a look at. Looks like a really nice place, very peaceful. In loving memory of Joyce and Bernard Moeller, together forever. Well, thank you for your bench, guys. I hope you're at peace. Got a sore back. There's a bit of push on. Let's go and have a look at that cafe. Hatton Lock Flight. 21 broad concrete locks. A striking example of the 1930s modernisation of the London to Birmingham Grand Union Canal. Nice little cafe, isn't it? Do you remember these from school? Did you ever sit on those in science? Got to say, Hatton Locks, really nice, really well looked after, peaceful place. Might have to bring the kids here, and the missus, and the dog. I think they'll all appreciate it. Hopefully I'll have the privilege of walking with my wife like that one day. Such a beautiful place. Apparently that's a historic Warwickshire coaching inn, 18th century free house. As it's 18th century, I'm going to get off of the towpath here, across this bridge, and see if I can find that pub up the road there. Have a beer in there. Just had a really nice conversation with Clive and Emily from the Canal and Rivers Trust in the hut there. Thanks for stopping to chat with me. It's really nice to meet you guys, and hopefully I will see you again very soon on the network somewhere. There's the Hatton Arms, the 18th century Warwickshire coaching inn. It's weird to think that this path has probably been trodden since the 1700s. I wonder how many people have stopped here for a beer over the years. This is the strangest entrance to a pub I've been on, but I'm so intrigued. I've got to see what it's like inside. I hope it's open. Here we are, Hatton Arms, historic coaching inn. That's a decent enough pub. Not too bad. Pushing on from Hatton Locks down into Warwick. Can't decide whether to stop there or push on to Leamington. We will have a decision at the time. I've spent too much time talking to people stopping in canal side pubs. You know what's best about booking a Friday off to do this? I've still got the whole weekend ahead of me. Such a good feeling. In loving memory of Den Gascoigne, 1927 to 2004, and Renee Gascoigne, 1930 to 2007, together again. You see a lot of these kinds of benches along the towpath, and it's sad to think that one day me and my wife will be like that. It's really important to enjoy every day Life's hard. Get caught up in all the bullshit constantly. None of it matters. None of it matters. Hatton Locks is something else. Possibly the best lock flight I've walked down so far. Really nice. Here's a great shot. You can see all of the flight there, the flight of locks all the way up into Hatton. I'm in this kind of like nice little spot here in the middle of the canal. Let me get that shot. It's starting to get warm. I've really enjoyed being out filming with you today. I know it's been like a few months since I've done a proper video, and I've kind of just been putting out pictures and shorts. It takes a lot of effort to make these videos, so I needed a bit of a break. We've got some good stuff coming up, and I'll make an effort to film. We're at a place called Ugly Bridge. I don't think it's that bad. I've seen far worse. I've been pleasantly surprised today. I'm just coming into Warwick Parkway. This stretch of canal is amazing, really great. I expected it to be a bit like the Birmingham section, which is kind of like, yeah, a bit grotty, lots of industrial shit everywhere. But this has been a really great stretch. So I'm going to pass Warwick Parkway and head into Warwick. And because I've spent a bit of time catching up with people, talking with people, meeting people, and stopping in the canal side pubs today, we're going to finish there at Warwick. A little bit less in terms of the distance than expected. I'm running out of time. I've got to be home by a certain time today, because I've got something going on this evening. So I haven't got as far as I had originally wanted to, but that's okay. I'll start at Warwick again next time. Well, next time I come onto this canal anyway. And I'll push on down south towards London. But yeah, it's been bloody brilliant, really great. And I'll travel into London quite regularly for work, going from Birmingham down into London Marylebone. And we often stop at Warwick Parkway, so it would be weird knowing I've done this walk, stopping there and at Warwick. Getting hot. Let's have a little break, drink of water. We're at Hatton Bottom Lock, and what a fantastic flight of locks it was too. On the outskirts of Warwick now. Reach this little junction, turning left, heading into Warwick. Very nice. I'm going to stop at that one last pub and then jump on a train back. Successful hike. Really great day on the canal towpath. I'm so glad I'm doing this. Once again, thank you to everybody who has already donated a small amount of money to Crohn's and Colitis UK. You are awesome. If anybody else would like to donate a small amount of money to support people in my position, I'd really appreciate it. Even if it's a couple of pounds, it doesn't have to be a lot of money. It's all appreciated and all goes towards helping people struggling with inflammatory bowel disease, helping them cope with a very harsh existence. Cheers.